People of the internet, they did it again. Back to Hogwarts Day 2023, and somehow, even with no new content planned, I'm looking at you, Mr. Chandler Wood. Hogwarts Legacy somehow stole the show once again, because it turns out they did have something new for us.
A beating heart of this franchise was Hogwarts. We knew that we needed to bring you back home.
Now, I get what Chandler was saying, and I always appreciate when their marketing and social teams put info like this out there to help set expectations. They didn't want anyone to think there was going to be a big DLC announcement here. No, it's not DLC. No, it's not a sequel, although we do have some news on that as well that we'll get to here in a moment. What they did announce was a behind-the-scenes, full-length feature to release later this year called The Wizardry Behind Hogwarts Legacy. We also got a 2.5-minute trailer showing off some of what we can expect from this, which is what you're seeing right now. And guys, this trailer just chills from watching this.
We always pull the magic out of the hat right out of the last moment.
Who would you be? What kind of student would you be? That was at the heart of the fantasy that we felt like we wanted to deliver on.
This is being described as a love letter to the fans, and so many of the things that we saw throughout the development of this game, such as the passion of these developers working on it, their attention to detail, just all of that is evident here. So all those things that we got in the lead up to launch, the gameplay showcases, the developer interviews, all of those things where they really let their passion and their energy and excitement for this project shine through, it seems like we're going to be getting much more of that, which is incredibly awesome. One thing though, now that the game is out, they're going to be able to pull back the curtain more than ever before. So it is expected to release later this year, and one thing I haven't seen a lot of people talking about is just how we're going to be watching this. At first, I was thinking it was going to be like a standalone release that fans could purchase or maybe given to all those who had ordered the game, but no, it's even better than that. According to information that I received straight from the folks at WB, the full-length feature will be available free for everyone to watch on the official Hogwarts Legacy YouTube channel, again, later this year. Now, what exactly do they mean by feature-length? Well, this can vary across the film industry, and from what I was able to find, it seems like anything over about 40 minutes could be considered feature length. So even though I know that everybody's holding out hope for a DLC, fingers crossed for a DLC, I still think it's going to happen. However, getting something like this in the meantime is certainly going to be something nice and fun for fans to look forward to. Now, I did mention a Hogwarts Legacy sequel rumor, but before we get to that, we also have to talk about Quidditch Champions, which was a complete no-show at the Back to Hogwarts Day event. This was announced back in April, and so far, very little of this game has been shown, at least in any official capacity. We know there have been a series of playtests, but still no official trailer or even a release window. And anyone who has played the game as part of one of those playtests is actually under NDA and can't say anything about their time playing it. So until we actually get some official announcements, official updates on Quidditch Champions, things are going to remain quiet on that front. As for the rumored Lego Harry Potter game, nothing new at all. And I gotta say, this one I'm a little surprised by. I thought this was definitely going to be either here or at Gamescom. I was totally buying into that rumor. I do still think that this game is happening. Maybe it's just not as close as a lot of people were thinking. And with events like this, they're always fluid and in motion. I'm sure a lot of this was pre-planned months in advance, and then there are other things that they were probably hoping to have that just couldn't line up in time. Fingers crossed that we're going to get some info on that before the end of the year. We did get a few updates on the mobile titles, Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery and Harry Potter Magic Awakened, but nothing at all on the console games, which I think is what most people were wanting to see. All right, now what about this Hogwarts Legacy 2 rumor? All right, stop me if you've heard this one before. An insider Twitter account. That's right, at MyTimeToShineH. Now, this person does have 137,000 followers. I can't say that I'm personally familiar with them. However, they tweeted, sources confirmed that a Hogwarts Legacy sequel is in the works. Now, normally, I probably wouldn't put much stock into something random like this. However, this was actually picked up by Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming, who is a very reliable insider. And I don't know, whenever I hear people say the Hogwarts Legacy 2 is in development, all I can really think is, obviously. This game sold so incredibly well, and I really think elevated Avalanche in a lot of people's eyes because, as we all know, in the lead up to launch, people kept talking about, oh, all they've done is kids' games, and then they absolutely did just a phenomenal job with Hogwarts Legacy, albeit there's still a lot of room for improvement, a lot of things I'd like to see in a DLC, and a sequel. And for me, that is still the biggest question, is whether or not we are going to get a DLC. I think a sequel is all but inevitable, given everything that WB has said about this becoming a franchise, all the amazing sales, but the critical reception, the fan reception. There is 100% going to be another Hogwarts Legacy game. Whether they call it something else, who knows? You know, there were so many people trying to make a big deal about this cut content from Hogwarts Legacy. There was something found in the PC code about companions and how that system was scrapped from the game. And I don't know, I just didn't find that as big of a story as some people did, because when you think about it, every single game is going to have something that the developers wanted to put in, but just either ran out of time or for logistical reasons, you just couldn't make it happen. And I still feel pretty strongly that even though publicly they have said there's no plans for DLC at this time, I still feel like DLC will eventually happen. However, I have to think that the conversation has at least been floated and mentioned. What if we don't do a DLC? What if we just take all these ideas that we have here for a DLC and instead work that into the sequel? I mean, we only have to look at one of the other biggest releases of 2023 with The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which, as everybody knows, originally started out as a DLC expansion to Breath of the Wild. So these things in game development, they're fluid, they can change rapidly. We all know that all the versions were originally planned to release on the same day, and of course PS3 and Xbox 360 got bumped, and then the Nintendo Switch version got bumped where it's still not even out yet. And so now we wait for official news and updates on what's next for Hogwarts Legacy. I certainly have plenty of thoughts on what I would love to see in a sequel, and I already have a video ready for you on just that subject. You can check it out on the right side of your screen now. As always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.